See if this thing is going here. Oh, do I have something on this mic? This must be some weird note thing there. Oh, hello. I am live. Sometimes it takes a minute or so to kick in due to my very slow computer, my 2012 iMac 27-inch here. So thanks for joining me here today on this Monday, September 13th. We're almost halfway through the month of September and only about a week and a half away from summer ending. Although it feels like summer really, really bad right now. It's probably still about 90 degrees here in the city of Chino where I'm at, about 40 miles east of Los Angeles. So pretty surprised on how warm it is for this late of year, but I'm not totally surprised because September is one of our hotter months of the year, but I was kind of hoping for some cooler weather. That might play some havoc on 2 meter sideband, which it has in the past, with the warm, dry weather, which it is right now. We're going to do some hunting around here on 144 250. Get my amplifier turned on there. Looks like we got one watcher right now. Jump in the chat, say hi. Let us know how you found us. And if you already know us, come back and say hi again. So anybody new to the channel today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom right. I go live about 2 or 3 days a week, depending on my schedule. This week, I'm coming on today. I'll probably come on Friday for a little bit and possibly Saturday and Sunday. So I might be doing both days. I'm working mornings and early afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. So looking forward to having some fun on the radio. And I'm off most of next week. Let me see here. Yeah, I am. I think I'm just working. I'm just working the Friday, Saturday, I believe. I'm sorry. Jumping ahead of myself here. Yeah, I'm just working Thursday, Friday of next week. So I'm going to be on streaming here the next couple weeks a lot. So looking forward to that. And probably the next week after that will be a little bit slow. And then I'm going to be not working too much in October. I'm going to take some time off to work on my my health situation. So I might be on and off the radio and stream in October as well. So once again, thank you for joining me and us, I should say, because it's not just me. It's a group of us out here on 144 250 upper sideband, as well as when I go cruise around the band, I might be jumping on D-Star later tonight or the 2 meter call frequency. This gets us some radio here on the Greg K6EGG live stream. If I can get that key in there right, there we go. Let's see if anybody's on frequency here right now. Thanks again for watching.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring 144 250 upper sideband, City of Chino.
Hope your ride was good. I rode into downtown Los Angeles this morning. It said an hour and 40 minutes, and I made it there in 58 minutes. Although I can drive in a HOV lane with my electric car, so kind of got lucky there and had a nice short day there at the office, which was kind of nice. Needed that. Thought I just heard something on frequency here. We'll try again, see if somebody's on here.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring 144 250 upper sideband, City of Chino. All right, nothing heard. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm going to QSY to 146,520 FM.
Some of the remotes.
I think we got some traffic on here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Bay Area. Their traffic there is not too good. Although LA, actually traffic in any one of these metropolitan areas is not too good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I used to have all the frequencies and all that stuff memorized and in my radios. And I'm at the point now where they're all so quiet, I just stay on like one or two frequencies, Catalina and this one, and I'm happy. So, yeah, but I'm usually on here. I am not able to make it to you most of the time because I'm running a smaller mobile antenna. Today I'm running a beast. When you go on Q1Z.com, if you look up my call sign, I'm running the big antenna, which makes the difference between getting out and not getting out. Areas that are like 100 miles out.
You're making it to Chino, K6EGG.
Yeah, I think we got a breaker in there, N6-WAL-IO. Go ahead, breaker.
Hey Joe, it's Greg, K6EGG. I just want to let you know you're sounding pretty good here in the city of Chino. Are you down in Huntington Beach today, mobile?
Yeah, I'm hanging out by the Westminster Mall here, EGG. Can you hear that other guy out there in the beach?
Unfortunately, I don't. I got a lot of noise today. It's pretty dry, so that might be playing havoc on the band. So I'll let you get back to the queue. So I just want to let you know you're making it into the city of Chino, and I hope you're running your Jeep Mobile with a big giant antenna on there.
That's exactly what I'm running, brother. Yeah, I got the 49 Willies and the Jeep 9 antenna combo going. I'm going to put a driveway. Given the way the idea is that, your poor husband has to sit in the car, and the big antenna on his Jeep, when it was moving, I ended up putting the back up on the first Jeep antenna. But we kind of break that in slowly there, high.
Copy that. Enjoy, man. I'm going to go back to listening. I'm going to jump over on 144 250 sideband in a little bit. So have a good afternoon and enjoy your QSO though. This is Greg, K6EGG, City of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport, and also on YouTube.
Quick question, Greg. Is the call frequency .200 or .220?
The upper sideband call is 144-200. The one I normally hang out on and a bunch of others hang out on is 144-250.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to hit that up there then, because I was on 200, but I ended up with 200 and 220. 200 and 250 are the two that I'll give it a shot. I'll have to put that in my memory there, man. All right, 73, man, take care, God bless.
Copy that, 73's K6EGG back to monitoring, City of Chino.
Yeah, Logan, that was the guy, a buddy of mine up there in Chino.
New York City, I don't think it's New York City, but at least Long Island, I don't think you can drive on a lot of the roads there because the bridges are low, if I recall. I remember one of the guys that drive one of the TV trailers for our company was telling me that they have to take another route, like usually a long route. And like sometimes going into the city, depending on traffic and stuff, they prefer the tractor trucks to come in the middle of the night and do drops, but I'm not too sure about that either because I've seen them all over the place in the city of New York there. Wish I can hear them a little better. A lot of noise here today. I think I hear somebody in there.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf monitoring 144-250 upper sideband, City of Chino, and on YouTube.
All right, so nothing heard here. So I think thought I heard something there. Maybe not. So I'm going to go to the 2 meter The 2-meter call frequency. Got dry in my room all of a sudden. See anybody, if anybody's on there. Take a listen, see if anybody's here.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf monitoring 144-200 City of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport. Once again, this is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring 144-200 upper sideband, City of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport.
See, now I'm afraid to take off because I missed Gordon West yesterday, which bummed me out. I knew he was going to come on. I got an email about it. Dan hooked it up. And I spaced. I knew I had to be somewhere at 7 o'clock. I didn't know why. I didn't know what. Until Keith told me. So anybody new watching tonight, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, down to the right. Looks like Andy's watching. Man, are you up early or staying up late tonight? What is it, 3 in the morning over there about? Does that sound about right? No, wait. 7 hours? Like 2 in the morning? Andy, and did you check? I just watched Alex W7HU. He just did his live CQ live stream there just a few minutes ago. Maybe about an hour ago. I was watching him. Were you able to talk to hook up with Alex on HF tonight? I don't know. Are you able to hit Miami from where you're at? Well, that stuff jump across the pond at night for you guys? 'Cause Alex is on, I would say, a little bit later than normally he would be on. Looks like he's got a nice new radio going too. Oh, cool deal. Excellent. Love to hear that. I saw KB2UKA on as well, I think today. Was it today? I'm getting my days crossed up. I think he was on like 3 or 4 hours ago, if I recall. Kind of quiet here in Southern California tonight. Usually you get a lot more action going on. So I'm going to try again here.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf, monitoring 144-250 upper sideband, City of Chino. Anybody out there on frequency sandbagging? Anybody watching? AJ6BE, Curtis, anybody out there? That's AJ60, I mean, sorry, not Andy.
Well, I'll say hi, Greg. K6RYZ.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You get your radio going?
I've been sitting here listening to you. I heard you come in there, and then you said you were taking off someplace on FM. I had it in the scan mode, so it was just scanning all the memory frequencies.
Excellent. Yeah, it was kind of quiet out here today. I just want to let you know, I was in a parking structure in downtown Los Angeles, about Olive and just north of the 10, on a second level, completely encased in cement, and I was able to hit your 2-meter D-Star repeater.
Yeah, it works pretty good. I've hit it with an HT in Tehachapi. I have a customer out there, and so yeah, go way down the freeway. I think it's the 50 or the 52, whatever. It goes way out there. Once you get on Tehachapi Road, pull over, and I can hit it with a 5-watt HT.
Yeah, man. It's weird because I had it was breaking up in when I was going through the 57. I was like, this isn't going to work at LA. And I programmed an echo test into my memories, and it came in. It was solid. It was like almost full signal. I was very surprised.
That's only 7 watts. I had an amplifier on it before, but it kept interfering with the other 2-meter analog machine, so I've got it down to 7 watts only. I can crank it up, but like I said, then when people come in with a weak signal or an HT or something on the 2-meter analog machine, when somebody uses D-Star on 2 meters, it just blocks them out, vice versa. So I've got to figure out a way to get them both to play along with each other up there.
Yeah, that would be great. It'd be kind of nice to duplex on that too.
Oh, you mean connect them to the 440 side?
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy to do. I just don't want to leave them up there 24/7 because people will be using 2 meters not knowing that they're tying up. And it not only ties up our repeaters up there, but it also ties up HRO because they're on the same reflector.
Is their thing on right now?
I think it's off today, but it's been off for quite a while. And then I noticed 2 weeks ago it came back up, and their gateway was up and everything else. That's all taken care of by 86NH Phil over there, and I don't know how much time he's actually spending at the store. I know he's went back to teaching music, so I don't know if he's just spending every other weekend or what, but he's the one that usually manages that system over there.
Yeah, I programmed it into my new Icom 5100, and I tried to get into it when I was in the area. Let me see here. I was in Fullerton, and I drove down the 5, and I know I was pretty close at Euclid in the 5, and I couldn't get into it. I figured it wasn't on, and that was last Monday, I think.
Yeah, I know I don't remember which one it was that was on. I don't, to be honest with you. I did go through there, and I did check it once and heard it come back to. I think it was a 440. But yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. I know the 2-meter cavities came off of Keller. We actually were taking them up on the back with a snowmobile, and the guy that tied them down didn't tie them very well, so they ended up rolling down a mountainside. So when we got them up there, the cavities were kind of bashed in. So we tuned them up the best we could, but the problem, they worked fine, except for in the wintertime, you'd have to go out and retune them when it gets cold, and when it gets hot in the summertime, you have to go back up and retune them. So finally, I donated them to Phil over there, and I said, well, since you guys don't have extreme cold and extreme heat, these things should work fine. So I tuned them up for them, and that's what they've been using there. But their antenna's right on top of that tower that's on their building, and it doesn't get out very far. They don't have any amplification or anything, so it's I think it's limited. I think you can get into it maybe from the 22 freeway, and the 5, I think you lose it, around Carmenita or so. It doesn't have very. I was able to get into it in La Habra though. I had a shop in La Habra, so when I'd go up to the roof on the 2nd-story building at my shop in La Habra, I could hit it with an HT. But that's about the only thing. It doesn't have very good range.
Now, is the 2-meter your repeater up on the Keller? Is it like way up the tower, or is it just on top of the building?
The 2 meters on top of the building, and the 440 is at the top of the tower, which is really disappointing because the 440, it puts out, it's close to 100 watts on the 440, and it's at the top of the tower, and you would think that it would work so much better than the 2 meter, but it never has performed at all, nearly as good. And like I said, it's doing 100 watts, and the 2 meter D-Star's only doing like 7 watts. That's it, out of the cavities up to the antenna, and it performs. It's 100 times better than the 440 at 100 watts.
That's pretty wild, man. I thought I was actually getting another repeater when I was trying out the repeater in the parking garage today. I was like beside myself. I'm like, give it a shot. I got 20 minutes to spare here or to burn, and I came right back. It was weird hearing myself come back. I didn't have any loss at all either.
Yeah, it's just real spotty. I've done it downtown LA, Beverly Hills. Just depends on where you're at. And the 57 freeway, you've got that big mountain. You've got the lake and the mountain and everything else blocking you. So Pasadena is kind of iffy because, like I said, you've got that whole foothill range. So RF doesn't go through that much dirt very well. But if it's got a good shot at it, I've caught it off and on in Simi Valley. It just depends on where you're at.
Yeah, too bad I don't drive out in LA as much as I used to. I might coming up in the winter. I'm normally on the 57 or 91, and it's kind of spotty through there for the reasons you just said, and the all that dirt in the way. But definitely, man, on the 60, it looked like it was solid. I tested it a couple times just to see how it was, and I was kind of seeing what my new antenna system on my car would do. So I'm really liking that Larson 2-meter 440 antenna I have in my car now. That made a world of difference in my my mobile life and my ham radio.
Yeah, it does. I think that's what most of us run out here is the Larson. I've got mine on the. I've got a Ram 2500, so I've got mine. You know where the antenna is from the factory on the fender. They've got a stainless steel bracket that you can buy that's made for that, and then it has the hole for the NMI connector. So I've got mine sitting right on the opposite side of the fender, right up by the windshield where the car radio antenna would be if it were on the driver's side. And it works okay. Ian's is on top of his cab, which works a lot better.
Did he drill a hole in the middle, or did he just do a mag mount?
No, he's brave. He does it the whole way. He put a hole in. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to have leaks and problems and rust and all that stuff. So, and he hasn't had any issues with it, but I'm just not that kind of person to drill holes on my vehicle.
I can't do it. I know exactly what you mean. I know Andy that's out here a lot that actually suggested that antenna, K6EGG. He's out in Norcal, not too far away from you, by the way. He suggested that antenna, and it blew me away as soon as I put it on. I'm like, I was missing out on all these conversations I'm having now. I talked to somebody. I was at let me see here. I was at the 60 and 605, or Hacienda, I should say, 60 and Hacienda, and I talked to somebody at Cal State Northridge on 2-meter call frequency.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm going to probably end up putting an outside antenna just for this. I thought about taking this radio. I've got a remote rig that I have set up for my other Kenwood for HF and 6 meters. And I do have a HF and a 6-meter antenna up at the repeater site. I was thinking about swapping it out for this radio, but the part that I don't think will work is every time that repeater will key up, it'll probably wipe out my front end.
It probably will, yes.
But I guarantee you, if I transmitted from there, you'd hear me everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I know somebody that was working in the broadcast industry that had a remote rig up at one of those hilltops up there, and he mentioned that so when some of the digital repeaters would pop up, because he didn't have any filtering on the radio hat up there, he'd get wiped out, but he definitely was heard everywhere.
Yeah, it's like the 6-meter I have up there. Man, I try to talk to one person, then I can't really have a conversation because then I've got people in the upper desert, I got people in San Diego calling for me, and they don't hear the person that I'm talking to. They just want to hear where are you? I say I'm in Corona, which I really am in Corona, but the transmitter's up there, at 8,000 feet.
I have a spare V71 that I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. That was in my car. I don't think I want to part my ways with it because it's a good radio. I only have the extension kit for it, so I don't have the small little cable that goes in the back that will snap down to the head unit. But anyways, I'm thinking of setting that up at my sister-in-law's that lives in Phelan. They live on top of a hill off the 138 that kind of oversees like all of Apple Valley, Victor Valley, stuff like that. A little tiny bit of Apple Valley, and you could see well past where the airport is, Victorville Airport. So I have some good coverage out there, although there's not a lot of people out there, so I don't know if it'll be worth it.
There's a whole bunch of people that run 10 meters out there, but I don't know too much about this frequency or anything. This is the first time I've really used 2 meter sideband. I've never really had an interest for it until I heard you guys out there. K6R always at Friday.
Yeah, I always kind of liked the sound of sideband. Back in my CB days, I was always, if I was on the radio, I'd be on sideband because a lot of the skip came in from overseas on sideband on the CB. So I've always been fond of it. As for the 2 meter side of it, I didn't think it was really hopping until Fred K6EGG found me on 5.2 and is like, hey, there's a group of us over on 250 upper sideband. Come on over. And I had just gotten this radio, this 9700. I'm like, sure, sounds like fun. And man, I think I logged. I don't know if you're watching the stream right now. I think I logged in my cheap little notepad. I logged over 70 people breezing in and out of there, including yourself.
That's pretty good. So you never thought about going to HF, huh?
I would absolutely love going HF. I've done HF on my 2 meter, on my TS2000 that's sitting next to my feet right now. That seems to have some problems that I'm just going to get rid of and get a 7300 eventually. I'm not licensed for anything else other than 10 meter on HF, so got to work on that as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you can do 6 meters, I think, and 10 meters. But that's where the fun's at. I'd rather do that than repeaters or anything. I run the Ham Radio Deluxe software, and it interfaces with both radios, the one up on the hill and the one I have here. So what's really cool is on the weekend I'll turn on the cluster, and then I'll just click on call signs, and the radio automatically goes to the frequency. It automatically looks at my logbook and see if I've worked them or not. If I haven't, I'll turn the amp on. I'll shout for them a little bit, and if I pick them up, I'll log them. And lately I've been doing FT8, which I don't even have to be here. I can just turn the radio on and let it go all day long. And every time somebody comes in there that I haven't worked, it'll automatically work them digitally. And I get home, I've got 600-700 different call signs, new call signs in my logbook, and then I just upload them to Logbook of the World.
That's some cool stuff, man. There's something to be said with talking to somebody from in another country or continent, for that matter, antenna to antenna. I always found that intriguing. I remember when I was younger, 7 or 8 years old, and one of my dad's friends had a ham radio, and I was just dumbfounded by it, and I was amazed by he's sitting in this is back in the 80s. He's sitting there in his garage talking to somebody over in Africa. Back then, now you could text somebody in Africa or hit a website in Africa or whatever in a matter of seconds. But back then, that was like unheard of. So I really enjoy the HF. I've talked to every continent but Antarctica on 10 meter. I'd like to hit Antarctica, but I don't think they do too much talking on 10 meter. So I've never heard anybody, at least, of that. But I know they talk on other bands, 20 meter and stuff like that, when they're down there in that base down there at the South Pole in Antarctica. So one of these days, I just got to get tested up here and finally, just break down and start studying. I just haven't been able to because I'm doing this and working and life and a 3-year-old and everything else.
Yeah, you'll love it when you do, though. You good on QRZ? Do you have an email I can take a picture of? What's cool about the software is while you're talking to a person, you can mouse click on the individual while you're talking to them, and it'll bring up Google Earth, and it'll show your location and draw a line straight over to their transmitter, and it's amazing. Sometimes you zoom in out in the middle of the ocean, you just keep zooming in, and it's just like a little speck of an island, and that's where they're talking from. But I was gonna just highlight my entire logbook and just show you Google Earth with all the different lines going around the planet from my location that I've worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm current on QRZ right now. I'd love to check that out.
Oh, sounds good. Well, I'm going to jump out. I'll let you see if you can get a hold of some other people out here and study for the test, man. I talk to you every evening on HF. I mean, I've got amplifiers, I've got antennas and stuff for that. I'm not really set up to do this. I do have an amplifier I could probably put in line here, but I'm not really set up for the 2-meter sideband stuff, just the repeater stuff.
Copy that. I understand. I could do some repeaters, though, no problem, although I'm not really hooked up with any association at this point. I'm probably the closest one is Papa. I'll end up doing the pay thing as soon as my my test, whatever it's called, is over. I think you get like a free 6 weeks or something like that, but I'll probably hook them up because I find myself talking on their D-Star repeaters a little bit, so I think that's pretty fair. But anyways, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Always good to get some knowledge off you there. And once again, I'm current on QRZ. This is great. K6EGG, City of Chino.
K6RYZ, and I'll try and send you just a picture of what I'm looking at. K6RYZ.
And anybody else out there on frequency?
Anybody watching on the stream, feel free to jump in, say hi if you're in radio range on 144 250, or just jump in, say hi on the chat. Love to hear from you. This is great, K6EGG, and if you're new to the stream, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Throat's like bothering me. No, I'm not sick. It's Don, DUO, watching in the stream. Gonna jump on frequency, or you're gonna sandbag on YouTube? That be football or baseball? It's Monday night, right? Monday Night Football. I don't remember who's playing tonight. Oh, it's the Raiders. She knows somebody at that game right now. I think the Dodgers are off today, so I think they're traveling. Raiders football from the new ballpark there. I want to check that place out. I heard it's pretty nice, but not as nice as SoFi Stadium. I worked the event there, NFL game, a Chargers game there they're playing the Jets last December, I believe. Was it December? Yeah, I think it was December. 60,000 people inside. It's like 120 degrees outside. Yeah, that SoFi Stadium's an amazing stadium. At least for the television side of things, it's very easy to work with. Everything's nicely done and well thought out. These stadiums you walk into, they're afterthought. Yeah, you'll be impressed by SoFi. I mean, everything's nice about it. The chairs are a little bigger. Although I heard, you're warned, the traffic getting out of there is absolutely miserable. It's like almost a 2.5 hour traffic to get out to the freeway. So you're warned on that. Looks like we got 4 viewers now watching on YouTube. Jump in, say hi. Got Andy, I think he's still out here. Ray, Don watching the football game and watching some YouTube at the same time. This chair is going to make me dizzy, although it's nice. It is very terrible. And I heard the food's like super expensive there and not that good, but the view of the stadium, like wherever the seats are at, and the lighting's like really good there. But, you know, there's nothing cheap at stadiums anymore. I know I work at Staples Center a lot. It's a great facility, but man, it's like $30, $40 to park. You're paying, you know, $100 per ticket, whatever, $75 per ticket. By the time you get some food in you and sit down just to watch the game, you're in, you know, $200 a seat basically. So going to sporting events is not cheap anymore. I remember going to Dodger games on Saturday day game specials were like $20 for everybody.
Greg, I just sent you the photo. K6EGG.
Copy that. I'll be looking for it there. And I'm on YouTube tonight, just to let you know.
Probably $10. By the way, if you go to Dodger Stadium, the Dodger Dogs have changed. They lost the contract with Farmer John, and they have these new hot dogs. I asked one of the guys, if you're into Dodger Dogs, which I used to love, if you burn them just right and get a little crisp, they had a nice pop to them. I used to love those things. I used to eat like 1 or 2 a day, which is probably not good for my health if my doctor's watching. Anyways, they changed these hot dogs out, and I asked a coworker, I'm like, hey, you know, how are they? You know, because it was my first day back in August for a home game. He said, man, they smell like rubber, bro. I'm like, what? Rubber? He's like, yeah, they smell like rubber. I'm like, okay. So I had to try it. I bought it. It looked exactly the same color and everything like that. And by the way, it was $10 for a Dodger dog. Open it up, put the ketchup on it, saw a little grill mark. I'm like, okay. As I was biting into it, I smelt the rubber smell he was talking about. And I hesitated for a second. I bit into it. I swallowed it, and I could not get the taste of rubber out of my mouth the rest of the night. It was absolutely one of the most disgusting hot dogs I've ever eaten in my entire life. So never again a Dodger dog from Dodger Stadium. They ruined them. And they have like a 4-year deal with this company, I think. By the way, they used to smell like hot dog smell in the stadium. Now it smells like rubber. It's really strange. Yes, that is very terrible coming from a Dodger dog fan. I like hot dogs. I'm a big fan of hot dogs. I think 7-Eleven hot dogs are better than Dodger dogs now. That's all I got for hot dogs here. I try not to eat at the stadiums anymore. That was probably the first time I ate at a stadium in like 2 or 3 years. It's just too expensive, and that's just junk. It's just filler food. They have press dining for us. The food's usually okay. Get salad and stuff like that. Stay away from that nitrate stuff. I saw a couple people go down from eating all that stuff all day long. I have not heard Fred or Keith on at all tonight. Keith texted me earlier today, but I have not heard from him on the radio. Just checking my email for an email from Dennis, which I just got. Oh, wow. So this is, for those of you who've been watching, I was just talking to Dennis. Let me pull his call letters up. K6EGG. This is all of his contacts that you see from his home QTH. So it's basically logs everything in. You can see a line to the location. Too bad you can't, I'm guessing that when you're on Google or Earth, you can float it around or move it around. So that's some pretty cool stuff there. I'll have to try that out. Looks like he, I don't want to show his email or anything. It looks like he sent me another file. I don't know what it is. I don't want to download it. No, it's the same file. HDR version. That is some cool stuff. Kind of a dead frequency here tonight, or dead band. Once again, if you're new to the channel, come on about 3 times a week. Anybody watching the stream tonight, and you have an account, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Say hi in the chat. Oh, there comes the noise. Oh shit! Did I just cuss? Sorry. I just said a bad word. I apologize. Let's get on frequency to see if somebody's on there. Jump in, say hi in the chat, everybody.
K6EGG monitoring 144, 250 upper sideband, City of Chino. Everybody watching football tonight?
Seems dead. That's unfortunate. So, instead of me mumbling away and not making much sense, I'm going to leave the stream going with the radio here. I got some swollen glands or something right here. I'm going to let this go for a little bit, and I'm going to run downstairs, take care of a few things, get ready for work tomorrow. I will be back. The stream will continue going here. So thanks for watching the Greg K6EGG live stream. I'll be back, and the stream will continue going.
frequency in use. CQ, N6YYO mobile. November 6, Yankee Oscar, mobile. CQ, N6 Yankee Oscar, mobile. N6YYO mobile, Huntington Beach. N6YYO, calling CQ.
WA6QXA, Keys Long Beach, we're monitoring. K6EGG, Whiskey Alpha 6, Quebec X-Ray Alpha. K6EGG, WA6QXA, you out there? No contact, WA6QXA, we're clear. WA6QXA, we're listing Long Beach, California.
anybody out there, CQ, 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 and 6YYO mobile. Hello, 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 CQ, 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 and 6YYO mobile, Huntington Beach, and 6YYO mobile listening.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my stream. In just about 45 minutes, there's going to be a SpaceX launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base, about 100 miles or so, 90 miles away from my location. And the spacecraft is going to veer to the south over the Pacific Ocean towards Baja, California. When that happens, when it makes that turn, we should be able to see that over Southern California. So probably about 8:55 or so, I'm going to be running outside and checking to see if I could see that SpaceX launch from my home QTH here. So anyways, we're going to get... We're going to get to some radio here on the Greg K6EGG live stream.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring. Let's try that again with some power. Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring 144250 upper sideband. Everybody watching football tonight?
Is this frequency in use?
Depends what you mean by frequency in use.
Is there a QSO in QSO?
There is no QSO going on.
Q.
This is Greg K6EGG.
Oh, you knucklehead. What's up, Greg? It's Joe, YYO.
What's up, man? Thanks for coming down here.
Yeah, I was on a couple of times. Nobody was listening. So I've been jumping out between this and 520 or 520. Been going between that and these two.
Yeah, quick question. How close are you? So you're in Huntington Beach, right? Do you have a clear shot kind of like towards over the ocean? Because I think there is a SpaceX launch happening in about 40 minutes that's supposed to go south over the ocean. You might have a pretty nice clear shot of that.
Well, I would have to go over to the ocean right now. I am very close to the ocean, and just about a mile from here I can drive to a nice hilltop. But because I'm at my son's Boy Scout meeting. But yeah, if you knew the exact time, would be really cool. Do you know what time it is?
8:55 p.m. tonight. It's supposed to take off, so I would imagine it would be in view within a minute or so after that.
Yeah, where's it going from Vandenberg?
It is definitely going from Vandenberg. There is another space launch, I think tomorrow, out of Orlando, but obviously that's a little too far. So I'm hoping, I heard the best time to see a launch out of Vandenberg is about 45 minutes to an hour after sunset, and that's going to be about an hour and 30 minutes after sunset. So we might get a little bit of a vapor trail like we did a couple of years ago in the downtown LA area.
Yeah, we doubled, but did you say yes or no? It's taken off from Vandenberg.
Affirmative. It's taken off from Vandenberg.
Yeah, usually just after sunset, a little bit, you can get some spectacular contrails or whatever you want to call it, because it's up there above the shadow line. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see, man. That'd be really cool to see. Well, it depends when my son gets out of this meeting. Maybe he and I'll just kind of hang out at the beach and watch it. We'll watch for the launch. You see, Vandenberg's to the north. So, yeah, that spot where I park for Edwards Hill would work okay for radio and for watching the rocket.
Just
checking to see online to make sure it's still a go. SpaceX isn't posting anything on their Twitter page right now. But as of now, T-minus 45 minutes. Launch weather looks perfect. Looks like it's going to be a go for now.
So, now, at this point, what is SpaceX doing? Is everything they're doing experimental, or are they actually hauling stuff up and down?
Oh, no, they're hauling stuff up and down right now. I think this is one of those little tiny satellites that's feeding their internet, their Starlink, that they're launching. There's going to be launching over Baja, or they're releasing them over Baja, California. And tomorrow or Wednesday, some billionaire dude bought 4 seats on their Dragon, their little space capsule, and they're going to cruise around the Earth for like 4 or 5 days.
Wow. Check that out, man. Yeah, no, I know there was something going on between SpaceX and that other one where they didn't allow the other guy to become an astronaut because he didn't do anything allegedly that required him to participate. All he did was just strap himself in, and it was like the FAA made the ruling like that day. It seems kind of petty. It was like, oh man, something's going on here. I don't know if somebody got paid or what, but the one billionaire got to be a spaceman, astronaut, and the other billionaire didn't get to be because they changed the rules after or during his flight.
Yeah, man, I heard about that, and I don't know about that. If you're in, I don't know, if you have the balls, pardon the expression, I don't know if I can use that on ham radio. If you do have the balls to jump on a rocket of whatever sort and fly 62 miles into the air into outer space, which basically what all of those people did, you're an astronaut in my eyes.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty petty they took it away from him. I consider him an astronaut too. Dude, you're up there. Yeah. I mean, come on. Give me a break, man. You wonder how much money can change people, or how did that get changed that day just coincidentally? I'm like, come on, man. Something happened. Yeah, it is kind of funny. Yeah, we might be able to see this launch if my son takes a little bit longer. What time? How many minutes is it now? You said about 43 minutes from now?
So it's at 8:55, so it's at 40 minutes, just about 43 minutes.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll ask him if he wants to hang out with me and we'll watch it take off. That'd be kind of cool to see if we could see it. Do you remember that one, like, what was it, like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, where the whole sky it looked like a nuclear attack?
Supposedly, it could be close to that tonight, because it's, at least in my area, it's super clear. I don't know, is it clear down in that area of town where you're in?
Oh yeah, it's crystal clear right now. It's beautiful. So yeah, but I think isn't it too late?
It's a little late, but I think it might still be. I don't know. I got my fingers crossed this might be a good one. I know last year, or the last time that happened 3 or 4 years ago, I talked my wife into going out, and I've tried to talk her out. I've talked her out a couple times. We haven't seen anything, and we're standing there, and we were just in awe. I was like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah, I remember about. And I'm not a skittish kind of guy. I'm pretty laid back. Nothing ruffles my feather. But there was that one time where the whole sky had like a bloom from the exhaust, but it was the biggest one anybody had ever seen, and it was huge. I thought it was like a nuclear attack. I was like, dude, this is not normal. I've never seen this before. And I got on I found out via the news it was just a rocket, but it was like, whoa, that was freaky, man, because it looked like it was incoming as much as it was outgoing. Like I said, I'm not a skittish kind of guy, but it had me wondering what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people called into 911 to say we're getting attacked by aliens or something. I'm not making fun of you, but I'm just saying that people didn't realize that there was a rocket launch, and that's not something that happens every day, and people don't follow that stuff for the most part. And if you didn't know that, you'd be like in serious, what is that?
Well, I've seen a lot of rocket launches in the evening, and the contrails are cool. But this took up the whole sky. And then it was like you could see multiple stages taken off. I mean, this, at least near my house, it was half the sky. I mean, it wasn't like a contrail. It was huge. And then it was big, and then it was, it was multi-stages, it looked like. So it looked like something was coming in, blowing up, or doing something. I was like, man, this is not, because I've seen many take off from Vandenberg. I mean, I've lived out here for 35 years, man. I've seen a number of them. This freaked me out, though. I was like, man, what is this thing? And then, yeah, like you said, a lot of people thought, was it like an invasion or something, man?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's that good tonight. We'll see. We'll see in about 25 minutes from now. Wait a minute, not 25 minutes. 35 minutes from now.
Well, I'm going to have to, I'll just drive with the antenna up. I'll just drive slow and make sure there's no wires or anything, because I don't feel like taking it down and putting it back up for a 3/4 of a mile drive.
Yeah, I'll probably be jumping off radio at about 8:50 or so, and I'm going to go watch the launch downstairs on my phone.
Oh, it's, where do you see it on the phone?
I think it should be on YouTube or Spaceflight Now.
Let me log into that now.
WA6QK.
Go ahead.
Hey, Keith here. Long Beach is monitoring.
Sounds like you're talking, too.
Of course, I'm always blabbing, aren't I?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I made about 7 contacts between 40 and 20 meters, so I have been kind of blabbing. But I got to check out that video that you sent me, and I think it was sweet. That was pretty exciting.
Hey, Greg, what's the name of that URL?
Are you watching YouTube right now?
No, I'm trying to Google it. What am I doing?
Type in spaceflightnow.com, spaceflightnow.com, and then look for breaking news, I believe.
All right, so that's not YouTube, obviously.
It connects with YouTube on there. There's a link on there. Looks like they just began filling the fuel up. So, Keith, there's a rocket launch out of Vandenberg at 8:55 p.m. tonight that's going to head southbound, supposedly, towards Baja. So we should, in theory, we should be able to see it.
I'm there. Okay, it says live coverage, SpaceX set for launch from California tonight, September 13th, 2021. Its next series of Starlink internet satellites.
The word 45?
8:55, but what link? Is that the link? Yeah, see, where's the actual, online streaming, that's what we're looking for. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool.
A big space geek like myself, the last SpaceX that launched last year in November, a buddy went to high school with, and I wouldn't call necessarily a friend, but I did chat with him a couple times before he went up. Victor Glover was in the space station for about 7 months, so that was pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to chat with him since he got back, but I'd love to hear the stories.
Yeah, Greg, I got a buddy next to me. This is unmanned, correct?
This tonight is unmanned.
All right, but it is the Falcon. Yeah, I was just reading about it now. Okay, well, I think I'll drive Johnny over to the hilltop, and we'll just kind of watch the ocean and for about the next half hour when it takes off.
Yeah, and the one on Wednesday, yeah, I think Wednesday, it's manned, but it's out of Titusville, out of Cape Canaveral. QSL, Roger. All right, that's good to know. Thanks, man. Who was that other guy
guy in here? I forgot already, man.
For me, Keith, WA6QXA Long Beach.
Yeah. Okay. So are you watching SpaceX too?
Not. I just turned on the frequency and became aware of it. Who are you, though? I'm confused.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're not the only confused guy. I'm Joe, N6YYO, Yankee Oscar.
Are you the Joe that lives in the Huntington Beach or works in the Huntington Beach area?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, the guy with the Jeep.
Man, it's been weeks since we've talked to you.
Say again?
It's been weeks since we've talked to you.
What's your call sign? Slowly, I didn't catch it.
Whiskey Alpha 6 Quebec X-Ray Alpha. But yeah, I haven't got you out on the frequency for a few weeks.
Yeah, I've been out. I've been kind of down and out for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so it's like the first week I'm kind of getting alive. But yeah, QXA, got you now. All right. I'm going to sit by. I got a friend here standing next to me I wanted to talk to, so I'll be back in a minute. N6YYO Mobile.
Hey, you sound loud, especially being mobile. Good to hear your voice again, Joe. WA6QXA on the side.
Hey, Keith, we were just talking about him yesterday, remember? Fred was bringing him up. He's like, I haven't heard from that guy in a while.
Exactly.
He's the one that has I think it's a GP9 on his Jeep.
Here's something that's kind of funny. I was doing a CQ on, I think it was 20 meters at the time. This guy came back from me. He was hitting me about an S7. And he came back to me, and he thought maybe I was in Northern California. I thought he was probably in Northern California. Come to find out, his name was Joe, too. That's why I'm bringing this story up. He was in Lakewood. I'm in Long Beach. We're like hitting each other about an S7. We're thinking like we're like got a little distance going on. It was pretty funny.
Sorry to change the subject. Did you see a big, bright white and blue plane fly over your house earlier?
No, I didn't really. I wasn't outside looking.
Air Force One went into Long Beach. I just wondered.
Oh, that's right. It was coming in. You know, I'm not on the flight path. That was one thing when I bought into this neighborhood that I wanted to make sure I was not on the flight path. So I didn't hear it. But I got to say, if Air Force wants to go on its own flight path, it will just do it. You still getting a copy?
I am. I was actually texting Denny right now.
Well, while you're texting, I'll just reiterate how I got your YouTube video from last night. It was a pretty exciting night last night. All in all, I got to hear the little conversation I had with Gordo, and then, of course, the part with Tony. That was pretty exciting stuff, too.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to capture the Gordo thing there. Like, I just missed him, and Fred keyed over him like twice.
Yeah, what's new? But and then like, oh yeah, even getting to talk to Ray out there in San Bernardino on his mobile, that was pretty cool too. So it was an exciting night last night.
Yeah, he was just in the chat a couple hours ago when I first came on. I think he's up in Lodi or Davis or something up north.
Oh, in the chat, okay. I know Lodi quite well. I used to have a kind of like a camping timeshare, believe it or not. It was up in just west of Lodi by about 12 miles, and it was called the Delta. So 1,000 miles worth of waterway. It was beautiful to get to go do boating and have water fun up there.
I don't make it up to Northern California like I used to. I haven't been up there since like 2000. I think it was 2017 was the last. No, I lied. I was up there like 2 years ago.
I haven't been up for quite a while, but my
when my son was younger, we had a motorhome and a boat, right? And so we take it up there, and it was a timeshare camping site right across the street from the Delta, and it was about, like I said, 12 miles east on Highway 12 from Lodi off the 5 freeway. And we'd go up there. We usually go up there for how this timeshare worked is I could camp for 2 weeks there. I'd have to leave for at least a week, then I could come back for another 2 weeks endlessly. They didn't want you living there, so you had to leave for at least a week before you could come back. So we would go up there during summer, usually twice this summer, and hang out there and just hang out, vacation, play on the water.
Looks like we're still a go for launch tonight. I'm looking forward to this. It's been a while since I watched a good rocket launch out of my house here.
So do you have to go on that online site that you're talking about to be able to see it, or is it someplace else?
Well, you might be able to see with your own eyes if you go look outside, hopefully. It's supposed to go towards the south, which is kind of rare for satellites going out of Vandenberg. Usually go to the north. They launch them into a polar orbit. But this one, they're going to release the satellites over Baja, California. So in theory, we should be able to see it go over.
Okay, well, I'll have to go outside in a little bit and check it out and get bit by the mosquitoes.
That's exactly what my wife said. We're, looks like 24 minutes away from launch.
Yeah, out here in Long Beach, we got these things they call them ankle biters. They're just, right now, they're like out of control. In fact, I got like a candle lit right now, one of those Sentinel candles in my shack, just to try to keep from getting bit in here. And even though I got my door shut, somehow they sneak in here. I don't know how they do it. In fact, about 4 or 5 days ago, I set off one of those bombs, and that helped for a few days. But, I think it kills anything that was already in here, but things that are flying in here, new, of course, it doesn't kill. I tried going on the frequency a few times throughout the evening. It's been dead.
Yeah, I was on and off. I talked to Dennis over in Corona for a little bit. He sent me some pretty cool stuff about. He has a program when he logs. It logs to Google Maps, and it makes all these different lines to where your contacts were all over the world on HF. It was pretty cool stuff.
That is cool. Yeah, I made probably them counting 7 or 8 contacts this afternoon, this evening.
You should do your own streaming for HF.
Oh, sorry about that. Say that again?
You should do your own streaming channel for HF.
You're the pro when it comes to that. I don't have the whereabouts to do it or really the desire. But this logging software that I acquired, it's good stuff. It's easy to use, and there's a lot of other features you can grow with it and so forth, if that's what you want to do. I mean, doing all sorts of things with it, but just the basic logging software is really doing the trick. Somebody came back to me when I was doing some CQing, and there's a girl from Canada of all places, and she was she's pretty hot sounding, by the way, but she was like counting like 15 over 9. I thought she was like maybe, who knows, really close. She happened to be in British Columbia.
Oh man, British Columbia this time of year is beautiful, nice and cool, clear at night.
That's right. Hey Dave, how you doing?
Pretty good. Did you get your amp today?
No, I got the amp on Friday night, but I haven't gotten the cord yet. I'm expecting it tomorrow.
Okay. All right, I was looking for some rain to happen or something like that, but anyway, okay.
Well, we're going to have a rocket going out in the air in a few minutes. Will that do?
Yeah, that'll be good enough. That'll be for excitement. Yeah, I listened a little bit before, and so that rocket's heading south from Vandenberg?
You got it.
You know, they spent $1 billion making a launch facility out there for the shuttle, and they never got to use it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the next space shuttle after Challenger was supposed to launch out of there, if my history serves right.
Right, that's right. They were about to start using it when the Challenger thing happened. That was going to be a big deal. They were going to launch all the military stuff with the shuttle from there, but then after that they went to rockets. They went back to rockets.
It makes more sense, though. You know what I mean? Why? I don't know. Why put that in there when you got people in there?
Yeah, I know what you mean. At the time, they thought it was going to be cheaper, but it just never happened, and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I'll be able to see it. It ought to be pretty high by the time it gets here, so maybe I'll be able to see a sliver of the light. From the rocket as it goes south.
Real quick, I'm going to be scooting for just a second. The mail just came. I'm going to go get it. Maybe that cord came tonight, so I'll be right back.
You know, on YouTube, they've got a live feed from the launch pad, and in the background you can see lightning strikes all over the place.
I think that's from Florida.
Oh, you might be right. It's Vandenberg. Let's see. Studies. Welcome to Lab Pond. Yeah, you might be right.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heading to...
You cut out. I just heard, hey, Greg.
Sorry about that. Button got pushed off. I lost all power. My question was, what's the heading from here to Vandenberg?
I know it's the northwest from us. Northwest.
Yeah, so that'd be that way. So it's want to be over Long Beach then.
If it turns south, it's supposed to be 70 or 50 degrees. I can't remember exactly where I saw that, but it's supposed to turn south, yes.
All right, well, I can get a view all the way up to Long Beach. Pretty good. So from Long Beach all the way downward I can see. So hopefully we'll hang out until like 8:59, and if we don't see anything, then we'll head out.
Looks like SpaceX has started their video service here, so I'm just going to put that on the screen for those watching my YouTube channel right now.
And what is your YouTube channel again, Greg?
You type in my call letters K6EGG, K6EGG. I don't know. I wasn't really involved with it. That'd be more of a Gabe thing. I think he made contact with one of the guys.
Okay, now am I going to KEGG live stream 91321 at 144.250?
That is affirmative.
Sorry, yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Joe.
All right, so we get to see on the thing there. That's cool. And there's the SpaceX. All right, cool.
I'll probably bring the radio stuff down about 7:53 or so and listen to the countdown as I run downstairs.
I got my linear cable just now. Yeehaw!
You doubled? Go ahead, Joe. Okay, Keith, go ahead.
Joe, the SpaceX, right? It'll show it live?
Yes, the feed that I'm showing, it should show it live, yes.
How much longer till it takes off? I've got the Killer Peak camera up there on the tower looking. I don't know which direction to look for.
To the northwest, it takes off. Excuse me, takes off at 8:55 p.m. 8:55.
All right, I'll keep looking. Right now I'm looking in darkness, so K6R with it.
Hopefully that candle will light up the sky.
Just got the mail, and yeah, I got my linear cable, but I don't know if I got the energy to hook the whole thing up tonight.
Yeah, you may want to wait till there's lots of light. You can see what you're doing. You don't want to push a button and smell something.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'll wait till probably tomorrow, where I have a little more energy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I always like, to have lots
So
of
everybody
energy.
watching tonight on my YouTube stream, I'm gonna rebroadcast the SpaceX launch here on my YouTube channel. I'm a big space guy, as you can see. Got the NASA hat on, got the NASA shirt on. Looks like we're gonna get to it here.
$5 shipment. And it ended up coming from it's a ship from Colorado.
So I'm probably just gonna sit here and tune in and get ready to watch this thing and stay off the radio for a few minutes. But I'll leave this on stream on for you guys here.
I don't know.
This is Greg, K6EGG.
3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
The last one I did, I watched the rocket launch. It wasn't SpaceX, it blew up.
All the handling charges,
Good evening. It's Monday, September 3rd.
I got 2 audio feeds going here. Stand by here.
Is that you get charged tax on eBay even when you buy used stuff.
My name is Yomezo, and I'm
Looks like I fixed that problem.
here at SpaceX, joining you from our
California, but yeah, when you buy used-
All right, I'm going to lose the radio
a little under
stuff here
200
now. So
miles south of
anybody
our
that's
launch
watching the
pad today.
YouTube channel,
We're excited to be
we're going to go
covering our
to
first West Coast Starlink mission and our first launch from Vandenberg this year.
we're going to go to
The last
some
mission that launched
SpaceX
from
coverage
Space
here.
Launch Complex 4E was the
Just
Sentinel
under
6A
13 minutes
mission in
away from
2020. And this will
Starlink
be
out
our
of
16th
Vandenberg.
launch of Starlink satellites this year and our 32nd to date. As many of you already know, Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed, low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe. Our beta service is now available in a growing number of places across the globe, including the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, New Zealand, Isle of Man, Jersey, Australia,
Comment.
Austria, France, Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Ireland, Switzerland, Portugal, Chile, and Poland. To date, over 500,000 people have placed an order or put down a deposit for Starlink. More than 100,000 user terminals have shipped, and with every launch, we get closer to connecting more people around the world. We are now at T-minus 12 minutes and 45 seconds, and all systems are still go for an on-time liftoff at 8:55 p.m. Pacific time. And with that, we'll take a closer look at the rocket that's just peeking through the clouds there on your screen. Falcon 9 has been loading propellants since T minus 35 minutes, and that's our 2-stage liquid-fueled rocket on your screen right now.
Hoping I'm going to be able to see this tonight from my house.
The Falcon 9 vehicle stands 229 feet tall, or slightly taller than a 21-story building, and this will be the second time that a booster flies for its 10th mission.
Wow.
The bottom 2/3 of the vehicle that you can barely see there is the first stage, and you may be able to just make out the soot markings left over from its previous 9 flights. The first stage is what accelerates the vehicle through the Earth's atmosphere into space with the help of 9 Merlin engines at the base of the rocket. We will be attempting to recover the first stage today on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, as you can see on your screen.
Where do they come up with these names for
This
these things?
will be the first time that the Of Course I Still Love You drone ship supports a West Coast mission. On the top of the first stage is the black carbon fiber inner stage, and on top of that is the Falcon 9 second stage, which has a single Merlin vacuum or MVAC engine. Once the first and second stages separate about 2.5 minutes into the mission, the MVAC engine will ignite and carry the Starlink satellites to a polar orbit around the Earth. You'll also notice the large nose cone at the very top of the rocket, and this is the fairing. That's where the stack of Starlink satellites is currently safely enclosed. The fairing protects the satellites from aerothermal heating, aerodynamic loads, and contamination during ascent. Once we reach the vacuum of space, we'll jettison the fairing as the second stage continues on its journey to orbit. Like our booster, the fairing halves protecting our Starlink payload today are also flight proven. This will be the third flight of one of the fairing halves and the second flight for the other half. One half supported our Turksat 5A and GPS 3 missions, and the other half supported our NROL 108 mission last year. Today's flight will be our 24th mission with reflown fairings and the 43rd and 44th refurbished fairing half flown. And we'll be attempting to recover the fairing halves again today using our recovery vessel NRC Quest, which previously supported a Dragon recovery mission. The latest weather forecast shows 100% favorable for liftoff. Winds are light, so the evening marine layer that you can see there may linger and affect visibility. But with that, the vehicle, satellites, weather, and range are all looking good for an on-time liftoff just a few minutes from now. If for some reason we do not launch today, we do have a backup opportunity on Tuesday, September 14th at 8:56 p.m. Pacific time, or September 15th at 3:56 UTC.
I better be able to see this thing. I want to be pissed. Guess that sight was wrong. It said it was going to go south.
With every Starlink launch, network capacity will increase, allowing Starlink to serve more people in more areas around the globe. Starlink is already delivering high-speed broadband internet to remote areas that previously had limited or no internet access. Recently, the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma began a pilot program installing Starlink in rural locations across the reservation. Without reliable internet, residents had limited access to healthcare, telemedicine, and education opportunities. But through this pilot program, Starlink has the opportunity to help connect the Cherokee Nation with the kind of resources that can make a huge difference. Starlink is also being piloted in Sotomo and Calete Sierra, Chile, two remote towns impacted by the digital divide. Sotomo, the first pilot site, is in a forested area in southern Chile, and only 20 families live in the town. The second pilot site is Calete Sierra on the coast, about 1,200 miles north of Sotomo. Using tablets provided by the Education Ministry, the remote school in Sotomo, which currently has about 7 students, can now access online learning material, visit virtual museums, and make video calls.
6 minutes away here.
Starlink was designed for remote communities just like Sotomo and Calete Sierra, where high-speed connectivity can have a transformational impact. And the Starlink team is eager to support these pilot programs, starting with local schools.
My clock's pretty well off right now.
And today's launch of Starlink satellites will bring us another step closer in delivering high-speed broadband internet to those who need it most. The Starlink satellites launching today represent a huge leap forward as the team continues to iterate and improve Starlink technology. Most satellites don't speak to each other directly. Instead, they use radio frequency communications with a ground station to relay communications between satellites.
That's a lot of satellites.
The Starlink satellites launching today will be testing fully operational optical inter-satellite links, otherwise known as space lasers, to provide direct communications between the satellites without a ground station acting as an intermediary. Fewer pings to ground stations means Starlink will be able to both expand and improve service, especially in very remote areas. All future Starlink satellites will feature optical space lasers. As we mentioned at the top of the webcast, today's mission is launching from Space Launch Complex 4E at Vandenberg Space Force Base, which is ideally suited for payloads going to a polar orbit. By launching to a polar orbit, these satellites will be able to see almost all the way to the poles, providing near global coverage. This means Starlink will be able to expand service in Alaska, Scandinavia, and other polar regions. And on top of all that, the team continues to iterate and improve production of Starlink hardware.
All right, so I'm going to get ready to go outside and hang out with my wife there.
Starlink user
I'm going to keep the stream going here, so enjoy. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
All of these ongoing advancements translate to better internet access for more people in more places than ever before. You heard the call out that the Stage 1 fuel loading has just completed, and in just a few minutes, Falcon 9 will lift off, carrying our upgraded Starlink satellites and their new optical space lasers to a polar orbit. Now, in order to get these satellites into space, the rocket has to do more than just go up. It also has to go sideways really, really fast. So at liftoff, gravity is pulling straight down on the rocket. As we extend, we actually tilt the engines, also known as gimbaling, and this turns the rocket horizontally. We're still going up, but now we're also headed horizontally away from the launch pad. This is what we call a gravity turn. The rocket typically needs to go 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and actually get into orbit. To help demonstrate this concept, imagine firing a cannon from a really high mountain. The cannonball will arc and then gravity will pull it down to Earth. As you increase the power, the cannonball will arc and land further and further away. Eventually, if you could continue to increase the power, the cannonball will be going so fast that it ends up in free fall around the Earth. Gravity is still pulling down on the cannonball, but it's going so fast that it never hits the ground. This arc, which constantly misses the Earth, is called an orbit. So when we lift off today, keep an eye on the orientation of Falcon 9. You'll see it go straight up until about T plus 10 seconds, at which point it will begin to shift in orientation so that Falcon 9 can also go sideways really fast. But before we get to that, let's check in on the status of the vehicle for today's launch. We are currently a little over T-minus 4 minutes from liftoff, and Falcon 9 is now moving into the final stages of the countdown. We are currently waiting for the transporter erector, or TE, to retract, and that's that truss structure that you can probably barely see right now to the right of the vehicle. First, the TE clamps will open, and then the transporter erector will begin to retract away from the rocket slightly, and at T0, hydraulics pull the TE farther away from Falcon 9 as it lifts off. Now, the transporter erector provides liquids, gases, electrical connections to the second stage, as well as air conditioning to the payload fairing.
Stage 1 LOX loads complete.
Stage 1 LOX loading is complete here at T-minus 3 minutes. And the second stage is also nearing fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Super chilled liquid oxygen is our propellant oxidizer, and that is what is creating those white clouds that you see around Falcon 9 along kind of through the mist, and that's because the warm, humid ambient air is causing that liquid oxygen to turn into gas. Now the first stage just finished prop loading at T-minus 3 minutes, and the second stage will be finishing up at T-minus 2 minutes. At T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will be in startup, and this means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the launch countdown. And just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, we will light the Merlin 1D engines, and we're set to lift off. The Starlink payload continues to be healthy, and the Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the rocket. Weather is still looking favorable, and the range is green for launch. Here at just under T-minus 2 minutes, let's listen in to the terminal countdown.
Stage 2 LOX loads complete.
Stage 2 LOX loading is complete. You can see that white cloud that's just puffed up on the right of the booster there is venting from the TE LOX line. This is normal and expected. It joins that beautiful view from Vandenberg with the marine layer and the fog, with Falcon 9 there peeking out in the middle. We're just about 10 seconds away from the Falcon 9's flight computers taking over the countdown.
Flight computers in startup.
The Falcon 9 flight computer is in startup. The Stage 1 and Stage 2 tanks are beginning to pressurize for launch.
Go for launch.
The launch director has just given the final go for launch. All systems are go. Let's listen in to the terminal countdown and watch as Falcon 9 takes our 51 Starlink satellites into orbit.
T-minus 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Lift off.
What a beautiful view of Falcon 9 as it successfully lifts off from Pad 4E at Vandenberg Space Force Base, carrying our stack of 51 Starlink satellites to orbit. Now, moments ago, we throttled the engines down in preparation for max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure on the engines, and that is coming up in just about 10 seconds here.
Supersonic. Max Q.
We did just pass through max Q, and in a minute we will have 3 events happening in back-to-back in rapid succession, and that's main engine cutoff, or MECO, stage separation, and second engine startup 1. Now, first, main engine cutoff, or MECO. This is where all 9 M1D engines will shut off to slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation, where the
engine chill started.
Where the first and second stage will separate, with the first stage making its way back down to Earth for landing, and the second stage continuing on its journey to the third event, or second engine startup 1. And this is where the MVAC engine lights up and propels the second stage along with the Starlink satellites to orbit. We're about 30 seconds from main engine cutoff, and you can see that beautiful plume of the rocket as it is soaring in the sky.
Miko.
You can see the light from the engine. The light from that first stage engine cut off.
MVAC ignition confirmed.
For main engine cutoff, you saw the successful stage separation, and the second stage engine has started up from those live views on your right there. That
Fairing
is
separation confirmed.
the Merlin vacuum engine, and here we are waiting for fairing separation. You can see that great view of the two fairing halves separating from the Starlink satellites. Today's flight marks the 24th time SpaceX has reflown the Falcon fairing halves since November of 2019. And again, this was our second flight for one of the fairing halves and a third for the other half. And we'll be attempting to recover the halves again today using our recovery vessel, NRC Quest, which previously supported Dragon recovery missions. You can see stage 2 here with the MVAC engine lit up and carrying our Starlink payload to orbit. And with the stage 2 headed towards its targeted drop-off orbit, stage 1 will be executing 2 burns in order to make its way back down to Earth. The first is the entry burn, where 3 of the M1D engines will reignite, and this helps to slow the stage down as it re-enters the upper part of the Earth's atmosphere. The second burn is the landing burn, and this is a single engine burn that brings the vehicle speed down rapidly in order to land on the drone ship. If you're just catching up with us, we had a successful launch of Falcon 9 from Vandenberg Space Force Base, Slick 4E, and you're looking at a live view of Falcon 9's second stage as it delivers our Starlink payload to orbit.
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
Both stage 1 and stage 2 are on nominal trajectories right now, with stage 1 is cruising back to our drone ship. Of course, I still love you in the Pacific Ocean, sorry. As a reminder, today's mission marks the 10th flight for this particular booster, the second flight for one fairing half, and the third flight for the other half. Reusability is critical to what we do at SpaceX. It allows us to refly the most expensive parts of the rocket, which in turn drives down the cost of space access. Now the stage 1 entry burn should be coming up here in a little under a minute, and this will be a 20-second burn of that first stage. Some of you may know that Falcon 9 is named after the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, and the number 9 indicates the number of Merlin 1D engines on the first stage. The Merlins on the first stage are optimized for sea level, and these achieve 190,000 pounds of thrust during ascent and descent, and the MVAC engine, or Merlin vacuum engine that you see on your screen right now, is optimized for 220,500 pounds of thrust in vacuum.
Well, I was able to see it. Oops. This is what I wanted to do. I was able to see it. K6EGG. Did you get to see it?
I did.
Do you know if Joe got to see it?
I'm still looking at it.
Cool stuff, man. I'm glad you're able to see it. That was pretty cool. It was pretty red.
Yeah, Greg, I can still see it.
I got some buildings in the way, so I couldn't see it past a certain point, but it was pretty cool stuff, man. That thing was moving.
Yeah, we saw it immediately after it took off, and yeah, we saw it as soon as it took off, and I can still see it in the south, dead south of me, right down Edwards Avenue. It's just a dot.
What are you looking at? Something like a UFO?
I'm on top of that Edwards Hill.
What are you looking at? Something like a UFO?
No, we're looking at the Falcon 9 SpaceX that just took off.
Falcon 9 is, and it burns, it generates that soot.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to lower
And then as the
the
booster
antenna down,
approaches
guys.
its
You have a good one,
landing site
N6
during
Lilo
descent,
7-3.
it does this long re-entry
7-3.
burn, which we just saw, that slows it down prior to re-entering the atmosphere. And when it re-enters with its engines first, the booster actually flies through its own plume, which deposits the soot on the rocket.
Well, he did mention he wasn't feeling that well.
Stage 1 landing burn should be starting here
He
very
did mention he
shortly.
wasn't feeling that well.
Stage 2 FTS is safe.
Stage 1 landing burn has just started. That is our drone ship. Of course, I still love you in the Pacific Ocean.
Hey, no, you get a copy of Keith W86QXA Long Beach.
Yes, I do. Hold on.
Yeah.
I guess that's good. Yeah. All right, looked like I made it down. Cool deal. Oops.
That flight must look nice up there in the high desert.
Is the plane headed south? I live 15 miles south of the perimeter south of Edwards, and I see a lot of really good stuff flying around.
Nice.
Hey, Frank, can I call you Frank?
Yeah, go ahead.
K6 West. No, you'll come in pretty loud and clear tonight here in Long Beach.
Oh, very good, guys. That's good to know.
Right now.
I'm on the ground plane right now. Let me see. What are you on?
Yeah, I'm on vertical also here in Long Beach.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm hearing you very well.
Yeah, I guess the conditions are pretty good tonight.
Roger, roger.
Greg, you getting a copy?
Here's somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
That's Noah over in Lake Los Angeles up there in the high desert.
I don't think I've talked to him before. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm in the city of Chino and also on YouTube right now.
Okay, in the city of Chino. I landed at the airport when I was flying.
Excellent. And they have a really good cafe named Flo's that actually I met Keith WA6QXA at. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Good to hear from you from Lake Los Angeles.
Roger, I know that had a good cafe. And the one to avoid is the one that you don't want to go to Braga. Apple Valley was pretty good, but the problem with that is it took over like an hour or so to deliver your meal. The one at Santa Paula was pretty good, and the one at Santa Maria was okay.
And the one at Fullerton's pretty good, too.
Fullerton.
I didn't mind the one at Brackett, although it's cash only.
Yeah, well, when I was at Brackett, the cafe was horrible over at Brackett. I didn't like it at all.
Table's not bad.
Well, what I did see when I was eating outside at the cafe at Brackett, I was sitting outside and I watched, it was a 182, and the guy was porpoising on the landing, and he did several prop strikes. It was just freaking incredible. The first time I started porpoising, I learned right away how not to do that anymore.
What kind of radio are you using out there in Lake Los Angeles?
Using an IC-9700. I think people are getting pissed off at me here.
You just got it, Greg. You just got it set up just a few days ago.
Well, excellent. Sounds pretty good. Man, what's your call letter again?
November Oscar 6 Echo Lima. It's my name with a 6 stuck in the middle.
Copy that.
Yeah, pretty soon I'm going to have to go eat dinner.
I'm starving and I have to take medicine, so I have to do all of that. And I don't know if Frank is listening to me right now. I think he's on the phone with somebody. So, yeah, I gotta go grab dinner now. I have a big deal. I'm gonna be clear. Nice talking to you, and I'll come back later.
Copy that. K6EGG, City of Chino.
Alright, 73, EGG.
73. So, Greg, I got my cable, but I'm not going to bother hooking up my lanyard tonight, but I'll try to get into it tomorrow.
Yeah, get a fresh start on it. I know when I get stuff at night, I tend to mess with it, and I do something wrong and screw something up, and it just gets frustrating. So sometimes it's better to mess with it when you're, ready to go with it.
Well, yeah, and for me, I got to kind of rearrange things just to make it, give it the space, So it's not going to be like a 5-minute project. So I just don't feel like. I had it come a couple of hours ago. I get my mail so late. I can't believe it. I got the mail literally like a half an hour ago, and I have this, camera on my front porch. So it went ding. So I look. Oh, it's the mail. So that's when I knew that. Hey, it might be in that package. It might be in the mail. So it was there. I'll be anxious to hook it up tomorrow, and hopefully everything works just fine. That's my hope.
What is it? 700 watts?
800 sideband.
What are you using for a power supply for it?
An Iastron 70. Actually, no, it's got its own built-in power supply.
How many amps does that take?
Not as much as you'd think. I think it's only like 12 amps.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, but you'd think that it'd run a lot more amps than what I think that it actually runs. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's like 12 amps. But the more I think about it, I got to be wrong, because that's the whole 9 yards. I'm sure they take a lot more energy than solid state, right?
I would agree with that.
Maybe it's 12 times 2 being 24 amps. 24 amps. I don't know. I would put it on a separate breaker, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I could run that sort of stuff in my shack, because my room only has one circuit. That's including the ceiling fan. So running all this stuff in here right now is pushing it.
Yeah, when I had a sub panel put in the shack back when we put it together and everything, and I think there's 2 different breakers. I think there was one just for the air conditioner maybe, which right now it's not working. It's not blowing out cold air anymore. It's really old. we bought it new when I put this thing up, which was my son's 29. I think I put this thing up when he was in 9th grade. So what are you in 9th grade? About 14. So this thing's been up for 15 years. So yes, that air conditioner's time to get a new one.
Yeah, it sounds real good. You're repurposing that plug from an air conditioner to a power amp. K6N.
Hey, so Dave, have you had 2 amps before?
No, I never owned one. I've seen a couple of people use them, and I've seen them, in shacks and stuff. But I've never spent any time with them.
Yeah, I got to figure it out. I'm going to have to just read the manual. How much it draws, by. It's not as much as you would think.
Yeah, it's probably pretty good. The manual should say, what the power and what the, what the voltage is and what the power draw is, and then you can go on YouTube and just say something like a tuning model number amplifier. There'll be somebody there that talks about it. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm sure there are plenty of them out there.
Yeah, I mean, I read the manual, and I thought it only said 12 amps, but it just doesn't sound right. I could be wrong.
Well, let's see, 12 amps. So if it was 10 amps, it'd be 1,200 watts. So it's about 1,400 watts. It may not be that bad. I mean, 50%, it may not be that bad. I mean, tubes are supposed to be a little bit more efficient than the...
Hey, anybody new watching tonight, thanks for watching. We did a little broadcast they used, and thank you, SpaceX, for letting me use your feed. They don't mind, apparently, from what I read. The SpaceX launch from Vandenberg, I went out and watched it with my own eyes, which was pretty cool. Got to see it fly over. But anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Trying to get to 500 subscribers, so we're almost about halfway there before the end of the year. So thanks again for watching.
If a tuner and the amp are too close together from each other, will they kind of mess each other up?
The only thing that if it's too close, they don't want you to put the amplifier, directly on top or to the side of the radio. But mine's right above it. If, you saw my status picture. It's not directly above it, but I've never had a problem with it. Some of the older rigs might have been more susceptible to that. I don't look up to see what the power draw mine is. Hold on.
For everybody watching on YouTube tonight, notice how everybody sounds muffled? Must be band conditions, because I know those radios don't sound that way.
Well, let's see. So it says here that it draws 12 amps at 120 volts AC. And it will draw 6 amps at 230 volts AC. So you just have to read that, see what it says a little bit. It probably won't be that much difference. You got the heaters and the tubes, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I remember like the old days, everything was tube. Your TV was tube, your stereos were tube. They didn't seem like they ran that much energy.
Well, the original radios back in the 20s, some of those, just to listen to audio, were drawing like, 10, 15 amps.
Oh, really? And they became a little more efficient as time went along?
Yeah. Hey, what's the model number of your amplifier?
It's the 811H. 811 Hotel. So, Greg, how'd your job go today?
It was just checking gear and rebuilding some stuff. So it definitely wasn't stressful, but it was more trying to organize and make sure stuff was working correctly. One of my companies I work for is in the process of moving from downtown LA, to Santa Monica. So a lot of stuff got scattered around. So it was kind of getting everything together, figuring what they have and what's working, and making sure what goes out in the future is working. So that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, I remember I told you it wasn't your typical job. It wasn't like a sports event. Were you in LA or were you in Santa Monica?
I was in downtown LA, and actually I did a check, Dennis's repeater on Keller Peak. I was inside a parking structure surrounded by concrete, and I was able to hit the Keller Peak D-Star repeater, and it was full blast coming back into me.
That's pretty amazing. Okay. Well, I'll get that thing programmed so I can talk to you on Keller Peak.
Yeah, I talked to somebody most of the way in. He was out in East LA, or East LA College, I think. 710 in Valley. Sound right? 710 in Valley. Was it 710 in Valley or the 10 and the 710 in Valley? Anyways, he was up on top of a little bit of a hill, but I talked to him most of the way in, from Hacienda Heights all the way into, I think, to just about the 710.
Awesome.
So you enjoying D-Star here, Greg?
I got to be honest with you. I've only talked to Ron and Bill, N6UTD, on the, what's it called? The Papa System D-Star.
Are you enjoying the D-Star?
I'm learning the D-Star. The thing with a D-Star, unless you have everything set up correctly, and I think that Gabe would agree with me on this, you can't be messing with your radio when you're driving because you got to go through too many menus to get what you want. I did lay out my radio similar to used Gabe's file. I also added some stuff in, so I have some of the stuff pre-programmed in, but it's almost a little distracting.
Well, you're not. Once you get used to the radio, it'll be a piece of cake.
No. That's actually very wide. KN6, KNE.
Denny?
Yes.
Hey, Denny.
I think Greg, Fred, and Keith, right? And I think I heard Gabe.
Yeah, K6EGG here. Hey, Keith, I'm looking at the manual online. It says it only draws 10 amps at 120 volts. And you want to make sure that thing's wired for 120, not 220.
No, it is wired for 110. I know that much.
All right, sounds good. You shouldn't have a problem.
So the information you just gave me was for my amp or your amp?
For your amp, the Ameritron AL-811H.
All right, thanks for the info. Appreciate it. Denny's got one too. He's got the 811 without the H. Denny, does yours draw that much voltage for amperage?
What's the question again?
Your amp, does it draw that much amperage?
Oh, you mean off the socket? I don't know. I have no idea. Very little idea.
You don't see your lights blinking off and on, right?
No. And you know, I think it's not that much power. But the radio doesn't put out that much either. So it's not too bad.
Your brother was a superstar last night, did you hear?
Oh, I did. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, last night was pretty fun. Gordo was on the air, and then your brother checking into the bozo net on the plane stuff. It was pretty cool stuff.
Right. On the air, sideband on 2 meters. That's not very common mode.
You know what your brother did last night on the airplane?
Yeah, that's what Keith was just saying.
He checked in the bozo net upside down doing a Cuban 8.
Yes.
That's pretty difficult, doing a Cuban 8 in an airplane and checking in the bozo number at the same time.
And thanks for subscribing, Bill. I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the radio can be held down, if he can do that, you should check out some of his YouTube videos. He did some funny stuff. With, may the force be with you. May the force be with you. No, you should check it out. He'll give you the link.
Your airplane, you got carburetor heat on that thing?
Yes.
Oh, so your carburetor, not fuel injection. Okay.
Hey, Denny, when you coming to my neck of the woods?
I think within the next couple of weeks, I have to get some oil.
All right, I'm off Friday. Most of the beginning of the next week, so.
What's the beginning? You were doubled?
I'm off Friday and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week.
I'm going to put in for overtime Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but if they don't use me, they don't call me, I'll be available.
Copy that.
W500.
Copy that. I heard a W what?
There's a W5RO. Go ahead.
W5RO. I think it's a bogus call.
It's a real call, but not from this area.
He was trying to do oil.
On site have too.
It's coming in from Texas, Fred.
Transplant.
I just reached South Africa again, so I've been pretty happy about the little radio.
I spoke to Canada tonight.
The whole country? Hey, Keith, did you speak to the whole country of Canada?
It's going to make the news. British Columbia, Vancouver, actually.
Which call?
Greg, check this call out. VA7TU, Victor Alpha 7 Tango Uniform.
Tango Uniform. Is that a lady?
Say it again. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready.
Here, it's here. Victor Alpha 7 Tango Uniform. Victor Alpha 7 Tango Uniform.
She's a pilot, too.
Howdy.
Yeah, what's her name? I worked her before, I think. TU, right?
Her name's Chris.
Right. She does a lot of contacting.
Danny, what happened to you? You're like in the mud.
I don't know. I'm pointing the other way, though. Just so I can reach Greg. You guys are closer. I'll be back. KN6KNE.
That's what Arnold said, KN6OS.
Fred, here's a story for you.
Go ahead.
So I was going CQ. This guy comes back to me. He's hitting me with about a S7. And so he goes, "Hey, where are you at?" I said, "Long Beach, California." This is, I think, 20 meters if I'm not mistaken. He goes, "I'm Lakewood." He was hitting me with about a 7. I was hitting him with about a 7. He thought I was like in Northern Cal or something like that, and I thought the same.
I was on the band this morning talking to Frank and Noel, and I had a neighbor who lives on the same street next to me, but I'm on South Street, and he was over on Artesia Street. He was on 3820, another frequency, and I was turning up his receiver a little bit. He came down and talked to me.
Did he reprimand you?
Yeah. Go ahead. Did you hear something there?
Yeah, somebody's out there. So, did you guys get straightened it out?
Bootlegger.
Slipped on a banana there.
Were you mobiling at the time, or were you home?
I was home on 75 meters.
Oh, 75 meters, gotcha.
I was talking to Frank, and no, they were loud. They were loud coming down here, man. 20 over S9s.
Oh, I talked to John USS last night. He was saying we were 20 over 9 also. He was saying we was like maybe a +3 on a good day on 2 meters.
And that was 2 meters? He hit you 20 over?
No, it was, I want to say 40 meters.
Oh, 40 meters, okay.
Yeah, last night he was talking to somebody, and I heard him say his call, and I go, wait a second, USS, I know that guy. So when they finished with their conversation, I hit him up. It was John. Up and feeling.
Well, Frank and Nolan, they were doing a good job coming down here, pretty loud. Anyway, but Nolan, that beam he's got, he's louder on a ground plane. And then I found out it's a used beam. It had been laying around while they put it up. I said, well, maybe you got to take the beam apart and clean it up. Remember I always tell you clean all the old antennas up and put it back up again, because that beam, he should come booming down here, but the ground plane's a lot louder.
Yeah, hey, Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you tried to take the screws off of that, they would just break. I mean, it's pretty badly oxidized. There's no way you could take any of those screws apart to adjust the gamma matches or anything. I mean, they would just break. So, he needs like a new, and it's the old style 13B2. It had the black box on it, which is, I never saw one before. I had a 13B2 and they had the T-match then, but so it's got to be a pretty old one.
You can fix that up. Buy some Marble Mystery Oil and spray it on that antenna on all the bolts. Don't try to take it apart. Every couple days, put a little bit of spray on there. Wait about 2 weeks. Take a screwdriver and a hammer. Do a love tap on the end. Tap it and turn it, and those screws will come out and you won't break them.
Okay, well, that's a lot of work, and it's already up in the air. He's not going to take it down and do all that. He's handicapped. He's got carpal tunnel, and that's why we had to go over and put everything up, run the coax, and anyway, so that's something somebody would have to do, but be a whole lot easier just to go buy a new antenna.
Well, then go buy an M square.
Yeah, he looked at my log periodic. He liked that. You know what? I'll go take a picture of it and send it to you on text.
Okay. Yeah, because when he's on that ground plane, he puts a booming signal down, and when he goes to the beam, he drops down bad. And he should be louder on the beam. K6OS. I thought Frank went to bed. We can't even talk about Frank. We got to be careful now. Go ahead there, Keith. Where'd you go, Keith or Greg?
I'm speechless right now.
I'm speechless too.
They say, catalog, they do make an antenna. It's motorized. They can go up and down. That's for 2 meter 440.
Yeah, I got one of those, K6N.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, it's great. It's got you on a wire. You hook it up to the mount, and then you run a wire, and you got a tiny little control box that has the up and down buttons on it. I use it every time I pull into Starbucks, or something like that. It works great. I have no complaints.
So it's one wire, so when the antenna's grounded, it's operating off the ground on that side, right? And then the hot wire, the other wire is just hot for the battery, the plus, right?
Well, it's just It's basically two wires. Yeah, you positive in the ground, and then it comes with a cigarette lighter, plug. So I have it set up so I have a cigarette lighter, a female that it plugs into, and then I have those Anderson poles hooked up to that. So that's basically how it works.
Okay, I sent you 3 pictures.
Okay, 3 pictures coming. Can I raise it up a little bit and stop, or you hit the button and it goes all the way up?
You can stop at any time you want, and then when it hits the limit, whether it's up or down, it makes these clicking sounds, so you can hear it.
Okay, now here's my third question. Can I put my 8.5-foot antenna on there and we'll raise it up?
They only, in the instructions, it says that they only recommend it for medium-sized antennas. So I'm a little bit over that. My antenna that I use it for is like 48 inches or 52 inches, something like that. And it's got a relatively low wind profile. So that might be an 8-foot. If it's just a whip, it'll probably work.
Yeah, it's just a whip. The other thing, putting it out of my car, I could go horizontal or vertical then.
I guess so. If you hook it up, you've got 2 of them. You could have a boom that when you retract it, it's in the back, and when it's full force, you got a beam heading down the road.
Well, I was going to put it in the back, so when I'm laying down, I'll be flat horizontal, and then it'll stick out back in the back of the car, because I don't want to lay it over the metal, so I can tuck horizontal, and then I can hit the button, go up vertical there, and vertical. So I can go horizontal or vertical on 2-meter sideband.
Yeah, I guess with as long as it doesn't weigh too much, you could probably make that work.
Well, sometimes I don't want it all the way up. I just want to raise it up on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, that'll work. You can do that.
How much that little thing cost?
It was, I bought it was like $109, I think. I think it's $120 now.
Well, the other one I bought too, another one, I could put the American flag. I could raise the flag up and down on my car.
Yeah, that works.
Maybe. Too bad they didn't build something like that bigger. You could lift a big beam on your house like that.
Yeah, I think anything to raise and lower it like that with significant weight or wind resistance, it's mechanical. Now, Icom sells, and so does Comet. It's got a little knob on the side, and you loosen the knob, and you can move the antenna up and down. Either you can move it forward, you can move it back. So, but that's mechanical. You got to get out of the car for that.
Right, I want the one raised up and down, put it on the back of my motorcycle.
Yeah, something like that would work. That is pretty cool.
I just wondered if hey, Keith, are you catching this?
Am I catching what?
Did you hear about what I'm talking about?
I'm listening.
What's that? How long you had that thing for, Gabe? How long? A couple of years?
I'd say 3, maybe 4 years.
And it still works, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not a problem. The plastic housing on it isn't as black as it used to be, but it still works great. I can't complain about it. Still have it on the car.
So when it goes up and down, does it go real slowly? Is it gear driven or what?
Yeah, it's gear driven. It takes, I'd say, maybe 5 seconds to go up and 5 seconds to go down.
Okay, yeah, you don't want it real super fast. Okay. I want to put it on my license plate.
Well, that license plate will make a great antenna on 440.
No, see, when I'm going through the signal lights that take cameras, I raise up my plate.
Hey, that's a good idea. If you had a different plate, that'd be, if you had somebody you didn't like and you find out what the license plate was, every time you go through the red light, you raise his plate there, and bingo, there you go.
Put on the plate, no call. No, put on there, exempt.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what they're getting for those now. Hold on.
Getting for what? Oh, the motorized.
Yeah, it's a Diamond motorized drive mount, the K9000.
K9000. I looked at it. They make another one with a heavier bracket or something?
No, not that I'm aware of.
What kind of bracket is it?
Well, it's got, it's got a base on it, and on the side of it, a bolt or a screw comes out, and then the antenna mount comes out. So it looks like one of those Diamond 412 mounts.
Do they make different mount configurations for that thing, K6West?
No, it doesn't, but you can probably put a different mount on that if you wanted to, a lighter mount or a heavy-duty mount. It's been a while since I looked at that thing, though, but it's got, you can just look at the what do you call it, the instruction online. Just type in Diamond K9000 manual or instructions, operating instructions would be, and then you can see what they say on there.
It's made by Diamond, huh?
Roger. Let's tell you, it's $109. Independent mobile antenna up to 50 inches tall. So, and then they've got one. Looks like they got an RM, a TM, an RMO. They got a couple of different versions. I think it's whether it's a luggage mount, you can have it for a trunk clip, a luggage mount, a luggage rack mount, or a what is that? I don't know what the heck that is, but they have three versions of it.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking at it. That's pretty neat.
I think I heard a station out there. Go ahead.
I just see WA6QSA with the text in my mic.
Do you guys think the band sounds weird tonight?
I've got a weird hum over here. Maybe it's the ionization from that launch.
Everybody sounds muffled to me tonight, but I think it's the band.
So, Greg, how did that launch look? We saw it over here, when it first cleared the horizon, it was a bright orange flame, man.
Yeah, same here, and it was moving pretty fast. And once the second stage kicked in, it was very hard to see because we're, further away.
Yeah, same here. I lost it, but my wife told me where it was. I saw it again, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
I tried to get some video of it, but it wasn't big enough to see. Last time there was like the vapor trail or something afterwards that looked really cool, but this time not so much.
Keith, how was it over by where you are? You should have a great view of it. Yeah, I think Keith's playing with his amplifier now that he's got that cable in.
Oh, he's got the cable?
Yeah, he got it today. Just before he came on, he found out that it was in the mail.
You got it working, Keith?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to hook it up.
But you got the cable though, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Came in at 8:30 at night. So I get my mail about 8:30 or 9:30 at night these days.
You hear that thing we're talking about, that electrical mount to move your tent up and down?
Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah, I just heard a noise go, ooh. Did anybody hear a hum?
There's a bootlegger out here tonight, I think.
Oh, that was that W5 oil, huh?
Could be. Well, gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it a day. Got to get up early in the morning. But we'll talk to you tomorrow, and hopefully if things go right, I'll have my linear hooked up tomorrow night, too. So I'll be doing a little bit of HF, maybe.
Copy that.
Sounds good, Keith. Take care. Hey, I just looked up Whiskey 5 Romeo Oscar, and it's the Quarter Century Wireless Association Chapter 64 in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, I doubt it was that guy.
Yeah, I saw that too. But I'm gonna go take a nap for about 9 hours here, or 8 hours, or however long. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm hoping to be back on Thursday night. So you guys take care. This is Greg. I'm signing off for the evening.
33 WA6 QXA, signing off also. Sign off.
And thanks everybody for let me move over, get a little more centered, watching the stream tonight. Pretty interesting night. I got to watch a rocket launch with my own eyes, which is a rarity here in Southern California. They usually take off from Vandenberg and go north for a polar route. So pretty special for me. I'm a big NASA guy, albeit this is SpaceX launch. But anything that has to do with space, I look forward to. I'm going to watch another rocket launch, not from Vandenberg. Actually, it's Wednesday night. I'm going to watch it online. It's Inspiration 4. It's one of the guys is a billionaire. I think he did something with swiping your credit card, credit to you or something like that. Some software that was developed for merchants to slide your credit card through like a square or something like that. I forget what it is. But anyways, he bought 4 seats on a SpaceX rocket for 4 or 5 days. Maybe it's 3 or 4 days of going around the Earth. He decided to have a different, diverse type of a crew with him. None of them were astronauts. I guess he had a little vetting process for them. One of which is a girl that had a lady that had cancer when she was a little girl, when she was about 7 years old, and ended up getting her PA and working at the same hospital she was in for pretty much a year, fighting for her life. And she's out helping kids that were going through the same stuff when she was their age. So pretty cool stuff. A couple other people on there. I don't want to get too much into it, but very interesting story. I watched a Netflix countdown to Inspiration 4. Check that out. Pretty cool stuff. Gives you a little more history of what's going to happen on Wednesday night here. I think they launched at the same time, 8:50 or 8:55 Pacific time on Wednesday night out of Cape Canaveral over in Titusville. So if that thing gets delayed by a couple days, I might try to go jump out there and watch it. We'll see what happens. It's the nighttime launch, so I should be able to take an early flight out here and out there, watch the launch, and then head back first thing the next morning. So we'll see what happens. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll be back Thursday and Friday nights, maybe even Saturday and Sunday nights, depending how I feel. But we'll see what happens. This is Greg, K6EGG. Have a good evening, and talk to you on Thursday.